Yeah. Well, fellas, let's introduce ourselves, man.
Indeed.
Tell them what we got over here.
All right, I'm Louis Dangervil. I am a person. And let me give the floor to who I'm here with.
All right, I go by E. Wright, Again, regular cat, father raising kids, husband, We're just looking forward to having some real discussions. This is going to be like a current events kind of topics kind of show. And it's going to vary, so enjoy the ride.
Yes, indeed. Johnson over here. How y'all doing out there, man? Pleasure to be with you. Here with the fellas. Looking forward to bringing y'all some creative energy, some quality, some value, and we can hopefully leave y'all with.
We're just trying to get together and talk about things that everybody isn't talking about, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people spend a lot of time talking about each other, and it's things that we need to get to where we need to go. So that's what we're here for.
Yeah, just want to bring out some information through conversation.
Indeed.
All right, so our first subject, I should say, is going to be something around just Bitcoin, which is a big deal, and not really going crazy into it in future episodes. We're going to talk a little more about Bitcoin, but I think today was something we wanted to talk about because it is something that's worth keeping an eye on as we go forward, because it's Bitcoin in and of itself is one part of a bigger change in money and so forth, and it's important to be aware of that. So, we're going to touch on that in the first show.
All right, yeah, because I've just really started getting into Bitcoin, and I've heard of it for a long time, and I always understood that it could be something, but I wasn't certain that it would. But now that I'm starting to understand the inner workings and the details of it, like this shit could disrupt something major. It could change the paradigm. It could change the way everything is set up. You know what I'm saying? From the top to the bottom. You know what I mean? And it's something to look out for.
Now hold on though. When you say it could change things from the top to the bottom, in what way? What do you mean?
Like the same way the you know what I'm saying, the internet is killing all dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The bank is a dinosaur that Bitcoin and things like it can kill. You know what I'm saying? Because the premise that it works on is the reason why banks have power is because they got the ledger. You know what I'm saying? They got the accounts, they got the details. You know what I'm saying? They know what the money, where it's going, where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? And they can tell you that it is this, that, or the third. You know what I'm saying? And you got to run with it because there's no way for you to verify it. And the way cryptocurrency works is there's this thing called blockchain, and it's a anonymous but public ledger, and it every transaction that's made is recorded. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So some loan officer can't tell you that the interest on this should be that because you know what I'm saying, you're not even involved. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make this deal between me and this person, and we're going to keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying? It cuts out the middleman, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the middleman ain't really the middleman. That's the nigga on top. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it could change shit from the top to the bottom.
So with Bitcoin, you can verify certain amounts of money without it actually being there physically.
Well, the way it works, from what I understand, like Lou was saying, is anytime a transaction occurs, everybody, I guess, the guys who keep the ledger are what they call the Bitcoin miners. So those are the guys who have the computers that are supposedly recording all the transactions.
Mm-hmm.
And as transactions are made, the ledgers are automatically updated. But there are X amount of users who are all verifying that that's accurate, versus where with a bank, it's just the bank telling you, yeah, we have X amount of assets, X amount of money on the books.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows if all that money exists. It's kind of what the cryptocurrency guys are saying, is this is on the level. This exists. This is real.
We can't housing bubble you. You know what I'm saying? Where niggas is giving out loans that they can't, that they know you can't, you know what I'm saying, pay on. But even if you do pay on it, like eventually that shit is gonna fucking cash out. You know what I'm saying? Crap out because it's built on imaginary numbers.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Like there's no imaginary numbers with Bitcoin.
So it's a different.
They're digital, but
Now there's the other
That's
side
my
of it.
question though, because it's digital, right?
Yeah.
So it's all digital. So is it really there though? You know
That's
what I'm
the other
saying?
side of it. Is you know, it's like anything else that's value, man. Is what people give it. You know, so like you said, it's a digital currency. Nobody can touch. You know, like you can't. It's not gold. You
Right.
can't hold it in your hands.
but our money ain't golden.
It's not backed by nothing. It's phony. It's fiat currency, fake money. You know, Google fiat currency.
So
That's what it is.
It's just a matter of like we're used to money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the fact that it has no real value,
That's what we give it. We trust what they tell us.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But Bitcoin, the value is calculated and registered, and you can't say what it isn't.
And that's why I'm just
Because-
watching it, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's because, like you were saying, with the Bitcoin miners, that's the other thing where like banks are vulnerable because there's only one source of information, and isolation is death. You know what I'm saying? Like
They can be hacked too.
like the laws of power. You know what I'm saying? It says, and you can hack a bank that has only one source of information, but if that source of information is saved on thousands, hundreds of thousands of computers, like you can hack that one, but you got to be a badass motherfucker to hack 1,000 computers.
We still
at the same
know.
time.
We still know Lou has 50 bitcoins. You could attack that one. We still know he has 50 bitcoins.
Yeah.
We attacked Bank of America. We wiped their ledger clean and all their databases. We don't know if we
Money
had that money. I have 50,000 in my bank account. Yeah, okay. You know.
That's crazy.
It's but that's why I'm an observer, man. Because there's upside and downside, man. Because you can't buy nothing with it. You know, again, you can tell me what it's worth.
Word.
What can I buy with it? Can I
You
go buy a
said-
house with it?
You said public, but
Some
anonymous,
places.
and that's a good question too, because that's something I was going to ask, right? Which I don't
Right.
know if you had an answer to, but you said public but anonymous.
Yeah.
So your transaction is public, but
Yeah.
whoever makes the transaction,
Right. There's no names on it.
there's no
Word. It's
trace,
just like
no
an
nothing.
Your numbers. Your number.
I don't know how many
I think it's your
digits,
account number.
like 33 digit tag or 15, I don't know. A bunch of numbers and numerals and
And that's why they say it's freedom, man. You know, you're not tied to any government's currency. They can't take it from you.
So it's
You
not
can't seize
taxable.
No. Well, they're trying to find ways. You know how to get
it's not taxable because like the Federal Reserve is a third party and there are no third parties. You know what I'm saying?
The reason the IRS wants it though is because if you got $16,000 in Bitcoin, then you have to tell me where you got that $16,000 from. You know, that's kind of their thinking. You know, so they want to know what you have in it, even if they can't necessarily give you a fixed tax for it. You know, it's about knowing what you got in what's in your wallet.
Well,
The Capital One
they-
commercial.
They want to know what's
What's in
moving
your
around.
wallet? They ain't joking with that commercial.
Yeah.
What's in your
Because
wallet?
it could potentially be converted into physical money.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and
Or like that's where the next wave of bread is. You know what I'm saying? Like not everybody gonna be able to jump in on Bitcoin where like, if you was like 2007, 2010, 2013 and you jumped in, you made bread. But like since then it's been since it hit that peak, it's been going down. You know what I'm saying? So it is kind of the time to buy. You know what I'm saying? But there's the outside, the industry that surrounded is growing. Like if you can figure out a way to spend Bitcoin and make it so everybody can spend Bitcoin in places, like that banking on Bitcoin shit, like the most interesting part of that documentary was when they were talking about Western Union, and Western Union was fronting like Bitcoin ain't shit and it can't disrupt their whole
MoneyGram just made a deal with Ripple, or they supposedly did. So it's funny. Ripple's like silver compared to Bitcoin as gold, let's say, so to speak. And they're trying to make a deal with them. But it's funny, man. And just to say the documentary again, you're talking about banking on Bitcoin,
Banking on
right?
Bitcoin.
On Netflix. You know, so again, that's some game. Check it out on Netflix. At least it'll give you an idea what it's all about, more in depth than we can.
That's
here,
what I started out
you
on.
know.
That shit
But
is
you
definitely
know,
informative.
but they touched on a lot of that. But again, I'm an observer right now. I'm just trying to learn about it. You know, I think.